There. Hey guys, welcome back to the Coolio podcast. Welcome back to another match reaction. Granada versus Barcelona. It's a tough one. It's a tough one. Barcelona, they went away to Granada and they got a draw. They dropped points once again in La Liga. They once again had to come back from behind. They conceded two goals and one extremely early goal just 15 seconds in. It was actually the quickest goal that Barcelona have conceded in basically in La Liga. This is the quickest goal we've ever conceded, basically. But guys, before we get started and we talk about the game, make sure to go on Twitter and click on the link. That way, you guys can join and give your thoughts on the match reaction as well. But also, guys, make sure to follow us on all of our social media platforms. Everything is posted down below in the description. So make sure to go check us out over there. But as you guys can see, this is how Barcelona lined up for tonight's match against Granada. You had Ter Stegen in goal, Balde in the defense, Christensen, Kunde, Cancelo in the back line. You had Fermin Lopez, Gundogan, and Gavi in the midfield. And then up top, obviously with the absence of Robert Lewandowski, you had Joao Felix, Ferran Torres, and Lamine Yamal. I thought out of the three players up top, I think Joao Felix had like the best game. He was the one who's creating the best chances. However, and we are going to talk about this. He later got a goal, which was wrongly disallowed, in my opinion. It should have been given, which was giving us the victory. But guys, Barcelona conceded 15 seconds in. It was some a misplaced pass from Christensen to Gavi. Gavi dispossessed, and then Girona on a quick counterattack, in which led us to basically concede right off the bat. I thought Ter Stegen had a very poor game. He should have done much better. Just he didn't. In both of the opportunities in which Granada have scored, and basically there were only two shots of the game, he wasn't able to do his job. But guys, let me see if I can find the photo of well, I can't seem to find it. But let's just talk about each player individually, and then we'll keep on going. But Ter Stegen, I thought he had a poor game. In these type of games where we have to play against these low block teams, you're not going to have that many opportunities. For example, usually you don't have that many opportunities, and you're not called upon that often. But in the couple of chances that Ter Stegen was called upon on, he did not perform. There were two chances, as I mentioned, that Granada had basically in the entirety of the game. And they also had one chance in the second half where they did hit the post, and Ter Stegen was beaten once again. And this was right after the Barcelona scored the equalizer, and they scored the 2-2. If, for example, Ter Stegen, if Brian, the player who scored the goal, Brian Zaragoza, who I thought had a phenomenal game, as you can see, he got the two goals. If his strike didn't hit the post, it would have been a nightmare for us. And Ter Stegen would have been basically beaten in three occasions. But Ter Stegen had a poor game in all of the chances that Granada had. They basically scored every single shot, and they scored. And this speaks about the level that he's in, and the reason why we're dropping so many points. Because if your goalkeeper can't bring up a two or three world class saves, then what can you do? But let's talk about the back line. You had Balde, Christensen, Kude, and Cancelo who started. And guys, once again, last game we had Lewandowski come off injured. And in this game, we had Jules Kunde come off injured in the 44th minute. And this was after a collision between Gavi and Kunde. Gavi, I believe he bumped Boye, and so when he fell, he fell on Kunde's knee, and Kunde went off injured. And so we're gonna have to see for how long Kunde is out for, because El Clasico is coming up soon. We do know that we're gonna have the international break right now, and so it's gonna be a little bit difficult to see if Kunde can make that El Clasico. It's gonna be difficult, but hopefully the injury isn't that serious. The early reports are saying that it's only like a sprain on the left knee. Hopefully that's the case. But the same thing happened with Robert Lewandowski. Some reports came out that hey, he's going to be able to play this game. but it later turned out that he was going to be out for a month, and he's now in doubt for that game against Real Madrid on October 28th. But overall, I think these match ratings are a little bit deceiving because I don't think any of these players had a particularly good game. Ronald Araujo, who actually came on for Kunde in the first half once he went down injured, I thought he played some very well. He had a couple opportunities where he was actually the only one creating chances. Our center back creating offensive chances. He had one shot outside of the box. Let me see if I can find it. In the second half, I believe. Let me see if I can find it, but it doesn't show it. Maybe if I go, is it in the first half? It was actually Ronald Araujo who gets that shot off. No, it doesn't show it. But Ronald Araujo, he basically got the shot from outside the box, and it went inches away from the goal, and that could have been our 2-1. And but this was very early in the second half, which would have been a completely different game because Barcelona, they only scored our second goal in the 85th minute, which, funny enough, was Sergio Roberto, who came on for Fermin Lopez. And I thought Fermin Lopez had a very good game as well. I thought the players who had a good game were Fermin Lopez, Lamine Yamal. He got the goal, which congrats to Lamine Yamal. He has just become the youngest goal scorer in La Liga history at 16 years of age. But I thought Lamine Yamal had a good game. Fermin Lopez had a good game. Araujo had a good game. But the team, they did not have a good game. Um, and Granada, as I said at the very start of the video, Granada, they didn't have a brilliant game. It wasn't that Barcelona, they were being outplayed by Granada. It was two instances in where we had a lack of concentration and they took advantage of that. And then they sat back. It was two moments of a lack of concentration and individual brilliance from Perez Zaragoza, in which allowed them to score those two goals, and then they just sat back. And what's funny enough is that I don't know what Xavi does in the training sessions because we do know, and this has been like a theme throughout like the entirety of his tenure. We struggle to break down low block teams. We struggle to break down teams with a back five. We struggle to break down teams who sit back and defend and try to hit on the counter. And so what is Xavi doing in the training sessions? Because it's obviously not working. And I just don't understand how the team just goes into these games and just has this mindset of like, hey, you know what? The team's gonna park back on the bus. We'll just pass the ball sideways. We're not gonna take any risks. We're not gonna take any long shots. And it becomes very difficult to break down these teams. And so, I want to see what Xavi does. But continuing on in the midfield, Gundogan at times he looks lost. We definitely see the absence of both Pedri and Frankie De Jong, two world class players who can make a difference. And yeah, and guys, as much as I hate to say it, injuries are once again causing our downfall. Um, I want to bring up this quote right here. Just hate the fact that our season always comes down to injuries, man. Not our players, not our coach, not the fans, not even the refs, but injuries. Can't set the fact that we're so cursed with injuries and can't do anything about it. Feel powerless for fuck's sake. And this is true because now we have five starters injured. We have Robert Lewandowski, we have Pedri, we have Frankie De Jong, we have Rafinha, and now we have Kunde out. We have five key players who are out. Five key players who are all starters. Five key players who are all starters. And so, like, what are we gonna do? Um, and as I said at the start of the season, basically, how successful Barcelona is all depends on whether we can have a fit squad. And with not enough depth, when with the absences of Eric Garcia, Ade, the exit of Usman Dembele, you have some exits in the midfield as well of Kessie, for example, and Nico. Your options are low into that midfield. But now let's go and talk about the disallowed goal in which could have been the 3-2. However, this is the image of the offside. Joao Cancelo at the top right, he puts in the cross, and the person who actually scores is not Ferran Torres because Ferran Torres is offside in this position, but it's actually Joao Felix. Joao Felix is the one who scores it. Cancelo puts in the cross, and Felix scores. But because Ferran Torres, he jumps and he makes an attempt for the ball, it is called offside. But the thing is, guys, Ferran Torres is there is absolutely no chance that he gets to that. It's not that Ferran Torres runs towards Felix's; he runs just straight to the goal. He just can't get there. And this is the more detailed explanation. Joao Felix scores. He was not offside, but the VAR says Ferran Torres was offside. Ferran does not interfere in the play, but it affects the position of the Granada goalkeeper. That is VAR's reasoning on why it was called offside. I don't think it was an offside goal. I think that Barcelona were absolutely robbed in this instance, and it's once again a fact that due to the referee, we drop points. Um, oh, fantastic! And look at this, guys. Lamine Yamal has some minor discomfort. Fantastic. So in the season already, so now we have 6 starters injured. Wow. Um, this is just a nightmare for us right now. Two situations as similar as it could be. Guess which goal um, was given as goal? Yeah. This is an example of Real Madrid. I believe this is with Rodrigo. He scores a Rudiger. This is where in Real Madrid are attacking, and both of these players interfere with the play, but unlucky. And look at this, guys. Look at the stats: 81% possession, 22 shots, 3 big chances created. It just wasn't Barcelona's night. We weren't able to put the nail in the coffin. But this is how La Liga table is looking after 9 games being played. Real Madrid in first, Girona in second with 22 points, and Barcelona third. What a start Girona have had, but as you guys can see, we're 3 points behind Real Madrid. We have some ground to make up, and that puts that Clasico into more into the focus. But as I said, guys, it was a tough game. Barcelona, they weren't outplayed, but due to our own lack of concentration, Granada, they took advantage of that. They exploited our defenses in the weakness, and they made it difficult. But let's see some quotes from Xavi. Today, again, in a referee decision, it seems that Ferran interferes in the play, but we don't know who. Who is he interfering with? It's not clear to me, but well, the lines come out, and that's it. We knew that Brian is like a bullet. He's a football player who is not easy to stop. We knew that he scored a brace today. So look at that. And to say, Terrors single-handedly won us the league last season. Now he's single-handedly losing us the league this season. Ter statue. Your thoughts on the last goal game real offside? If I speak, I'll get suspended, but I think they would have given us the goal if we had a white color kit. Yeah, and it's true. And I showed that example at the start. We totally dominated the game. We created chances and deserved more. We paid for our mistakes. We can't go on the pitch like that. We had to fight, but the team was good. The point was not enough. As I said, yeah, this goal would have counted if we were a Madrid fan. But unfortunately, we don't wear the color white, and we move on. But once again, guys, congratulations to Lamine Yamal. He becomes the youngest goal scorer in La Liga history with being 16 years of age. I'm guessing that's one of the few positives that we can take out from the game. And we're gonna have to see how Lamina no how Kunde does with his injury, because as I said, the Clasico is coming up and we don't want to miss him. But guys, let me know your thoughts on the game. It's a tough one, and we don't want to move into the international break like that. But guys, let me know what you thought about the game.